Welcome. I'm Oracle Asherah. This is Spiritual Bootcamp. Today we are going to talk about the soul, how to integrate the lessons of the soul with the life and the world around us. First today we're going to speak about energy. We are energy. We can transmute energy. We are controlling our energy by our emotions and our thoughts and how these things work together to project our intentions and actions. So we project energy with our heart and brain, and we also take in energy to absorb and process into our life. So we're learning something, we're feeling something, we are observing something. Okay, so let's take this a little deeper. There are energies in this world that want to influence us and inspire us. So, influencing energies are loud, aggressive, feed off the results of our actions. Okay? Inspiring energies are kind of in code because they're respecting our free will. So, remembering they are respecting our free will, they are speaking in code, they're speaking in riddles, they're speaking to inspire us to create, to evolve, to move in a way that benefits us. Not in a direction that says, hey, this sounds like a good idea. It's more of, I think this is a good idea. So, this is where things can get complicated. This is like the devil and the angel on the shoulder. So, again, it's up to us how we integrate this information into our life and our world. All right, so I don't really believe in anything good and bad, but I do believe in heal and harm. So we can be self-harm, we could be harming others, we could be harming the environment, situation, or whatnot. Usually when we come into a harming path, there's usually lessons and karmas that occur. When we are in a healing sense, we are moving in an alignment to something. Or with the healing energy, we are moving into our blessings. We're moving into resolve. So you can kind of see how these energies are affecting us in our life. So we have to always remember in anything that we do with our intentions and actions is we are fully responsible for our karma, for our actions, for what we produce by our intentions and actions. Okay, so it's not these energies, it's not these energies, it's not the God, the devil made me do it, like the God told me. Everything has to come down to us, our choices, our actions. So we have to have accountability and responsibility for ourselves, our life, our health, our wealth, our situation, our relationships. Nothing is nobody else's fault. So when you're involved with something, somebody, it is up to you how you nurture it, how you cultivate the situation. What are you bringing to the situation? Are you just taking? Is there an exchange? Or are you holding space for things, right? So when we move more in alignment to correctness, so do things in our world and life. They'll start to fall into place. Things do fall apart. We do separate from people, because we've already learned from them, or maybe they are not good for us. Maybe we're not good for them. So there's always situations that we have to learn and grow from. Not everything that falls apart is happening to you. We have to always remember sometimes things are happening for you. Doesn't mean it's any less painful or tragic. Okay? All right, so let's get back to the energy. So it doesn't matter what we choose, but in what energy did we choose it? Okay, so if we are angry, if we are heated, if we are confused, if we are following an influential energy that's just constantly in our state of chaos, feeding us more chaos for us to be like, yeah, validating our situation. So then we're now projecting, and now our intentions and actions are changing into more chaotic, more destructive energy in situations. We're speaking harmful, we're acting harmful, whether to ourselves or others or both. Right? So that is, we are making choices in an energy that is low. When our vibration and energy is low, sometimes we tap into lower vibrational energies around us. They're attracted to us. They also feed off our energy. So then we make friends with energies, right? Then these energies also root in our thoughts and our belief systems. They root into validating our traumas, our beliefs that may be not serving us so correctly at this time. So we really have to be aware of, is this for me? Is this my true belief? Is this my real intention? Is this what I really want? Because if we start speaking and acting from these places, we can do some real harm that we can't change and we can't take back. All right. So if we are making decisions from a place of greed, if we're making choices in the state of need, all these energies affect our thought and our emotions. And then, so when this is driving our choices, this is also driving our course of lessons and blessings, right? So let's learn to be neutral. Let's learn to observe what is happening. Let's observe being, I'm not in a good place right now. I might need a minute. I might need 3 days. Okay, so evaluating, I'm not in a good place to make a decision. I don't have all the information. I am not going to respond or react from emotion that is chaotic or could be harmful to myself or others. So it's okay to be quiet. It's okay to not react. It's okay to take a step back and observe. Let things settle. Be calm. For us to observe and then really get down to the root of, what do I know? What have I learned? What do I want? Okay, so if we're just reacting, we can cause some serious damage. So I love this statement. It doesn't matter what you choose, just in what energy in which you choose it. So there is no right or wrong. We're always going to be navigating in life. We're always going to be moving forward. So whether that is toward a lesson or a blessing, or eventually the lesson takes you to a blessing, see, there's no wrong path. Sometimes there's things that are unnecessary. So if we can learn to avoid the unnecessary, we don't have to have things being so complicated. We don't have to have situations that we need to heal. We don't need to say, I'm sorry. We don't need to fix and mend something. Okay, so let's just be more aware of ourself, our energy, and what is it that you want? What is the intention of your action and your situation? Okay, when we talk more into our beliefs, our core beliefs, we all have lived lives. We all have a story. We all have trauma. We all have drama. We all have baggage. So when our baggage is validated by another negative situation, we just pack that on. Okay? So this is also harmful. Instead of learning a lesson of why does this keep repeating, instead of validating, let's unpack. Because normally we just assume, oh, this just keeps happening to me. We just keep on the surface of everything. Let's unpack. Let's look at the lessons. What are we avoiding? And normally it is something that's unhealed. So when we have something that's unhealed in our story, in ourself, something unspoken, something buried, it wants to be free. The soul wants to be free and healed. It doesn't want to carry this baggage until your death. So let's look at, instead of why is this happening to me? Why is this happening for me? What is unhealed in me that I keep attracting this? Now, this would be more of a correct mindset in order to approach these things that are happening in our lives, in our world, that we don't necessarily always want. Okay? Why do I always attract the same person? Why am I always attracting the same situation? Why am I always? Why am I always? Yes, there is a reason, and it's you. Okay? Sometimes your life is crappy because of you. So let's heal the things that are attracting the things that are unnecessary and unwanted. So this means doing the work. This means doing the shadow work. This means reflecting on the things we don't want to look at or address. Why? Because they're painful, because they suck. And as long as they're buried, they're not present. But guess what? They're present in an energetic form because we can't escape ourselves ever. Okay? All right. Let's move on. What's the next thing we want to speak today? Relationship. What's for you? Okay. Okay. All right. So when we are in relationships, whether it's a romantic or a friendship or family relationship, unhealed situations may feel like attack, but those are all opportunity to present our true self, opportunity to present who we truly are. So when we're seeing our reflection of unhealed past, don't let it lower your vibration, because in the path of healing, you have to have a moment of acceptance. They're not aware of me. They don't see me yet, but that's because they are seeing what they only know what they've learned. Okay, so there has to be a period of time that they see the change. They see difference. You can't wag your finger, I'm changed, I know, because that doesn't matter. That has no weight. So you have to be patient. And with this patience and time, not only are you being stronger within yourself, your new self, after the death of your old self, you are moving to be stronger. You're more sovereign. You are more authentic in yourself. And that is going to be reflected in your actions, your choices, your blessings. They have no choice but to observe, and they're going to go, oh. Okay, so you just have to wait for people to catch up. Okay, if you are attracting situations that are, well, again, going back to why is this happening to me, maybe you need to take some time to isolate, to reflect upon your damage, your beliefs, your feelings, the things that are unhealed in you. Because when we do address those things, you become more of your authentic self, and you will start attracting to the relationships, the friendships, the respect within your circle of what you are attaining to. Okay, so we have to be in alignment to those things by doing the work. We just can't expect, because we know deep down we deserve. Yes, deep down you are correct, you do deserve. But the reason why this is happening is because there's things unhealed. So if you are attracting relationships and you're sick of tired of being sick and tired of this low vibration, it is all just pointing the finger that you need to address and do this work. I love that the cards just validate what we just already said. So let's carry on. All right, that's a good one. There's something else here. All right. And that goes with that. All right, so things are just falling forward that what the Spirit wants me to discuss with you, so let's just bring it up. All right, so I love to say, hold the vision, trust the process. All right, so with this, we have intentions, we have dreams, we have things we want, but guess what? We need to be in line with them. All right, so when we start to pray, we can't pray for what we want. We have to pray for the guidance that will get us there. Because if we're not guided along the way, we're going to trip and fall and have all these lessons, because we're not in alignment with ourself. We're not connecting to higher self. We are not connecting to spirit, God. Insert your belief here. Okay, I don't have no judgment to religions or who you pray to, because it doesn't matter to me, because to me those are all reflections and bodies of God that we connect with. That's our connection, that's our business. So when we're praying, we need to pray for alignment too. We also need to pray for ourselves to be better listeners, better observers, and more consciousness and awareness in ourself, in our life, so we can be aware in the point of choices, because that is the only place where we make movement either way. So when we make a choice, this will move us somewhere. So that is the present moment. That is the only place where all this magic happens, is within ourself, our emotions, our thoughts, whatever's inspiring us, whatever voice or face you give that to, whatever's inspiring us. Again, that's speaking in an inspirational way. That's not telling us what to do, because we do have free will. So therefore, it also respects that we are responsible for what we choose. There's other energies that don't care what we choose, because when we have energies and we're expelling the pain, the suffering, it just facilitates food for these things. Whereas our inspirational energies want to see us succeed. They want to see us heal. They want to see us happy. So let's connect with this beautiful energy. So when we're praying, may we be better listeners. May we be better channels to understand what is the best choice. So also we can take that prayer into the moments of when things are chaotic, when our energies are low vibration, when we're in a place of fear, anger, pain, suffering, chaotic, confusion. Anytime we're in a lower vibration, it is really important to process that energy and feelings, because that is part of our human experience. It's not bad, right? But there's a gift there. There's always gifts everywhere. So it's up to us to observe, absorb, transform, and release, right? So release is self-forgiveness. I know better, I'm going to do better. So again, so let's get back to connecting to energies that are inspiring us, and getting back to our own energy, which is our feelings, is what our soul is communicating to us, our body, what our body is communicating to us, what we know, and our thoughts are also what we've understood, what we've learned. So when these start working together, we then make a choice, right? So if we can collaborate with God, coexist with God, then we can move in a direction of healing, better choices in alignment to what we want. So hold the vision, trust the process. The process can be messy. This is where we need to have patience, okay? Because patience in the chaos is where things fall apart that are taking us away from our goals, our dreams, our achievements, our blessings. And there's also things that we need to fix and heal in order to be in alignment to move and earn those blessings. So in the process part is the work part, be patient part. We can't assign everything to our blessing because, oh, that looks like what I want. Oh, that's where I want to be. No, when it's for you, it will be for you. Okay? So never change the plan. Sorry, I said that wrong. It's okay to change the plan, never the goal. So as we're in the process, your goal always stays the same, but we can change the plan how to get there. And that has to have flexibility, because we have attachments to people. We have attachments to our own ideas. And as that changes in the process period, we have to allow things to shift, because a lot of the times it's our own thoughts and feelings and beliefs that are in our own way of achieving. Okay, so sometimes we have to let things get messy in order for us to figure it out. All right, this too is a blessing. All right. So I did speak about God and all of us having different religions and different expressions. I really believe God didn't place us in different places and abandon us because we weren't following different religions. So I really think religions are a place for us to worship, connect, understand. This time is important for everybody. Everyone kind of needs this in their lives. It doesn't have to be in church. You can be sovereign and do it in your home. But as long as you have time where you are connecting with yourself, connecting and doing this healing work, connecting with inspirational energies, God, whatever it is you would like to say for yourself. This is sacred. This is worship. And this could be all day, every day, and every choice you make. So it doesn't have to be selected to a certain day. It could be a way of life. Okay? And that's up to you to figure out and find that balance for yourself. Okay, so I don't have judgment on different practices of humanity, because it's all an expression of humanity. And God doesn't abandon anybody. Okay, so sometimes we just have to be aware of what has man created, what is man doing, where's God in this. So when we start observing from a better place, we can make better decisions in our form of belief. You can still listen to somebody and not believe everything they believe, but if you can see the God in what they're saying, then there's a level of respect, and you can see the light that exists everywhere and in everything. Okay, and you can also see human error in absolutely everything, because we're human, we're all interpreting, we're all expressing, we all want to help. All right, so it's up to you again to be sovereign in yourself, sovereign in your beliefs, in your experience, right? So if you're like, if when you're hungry for love, you're looking for it. You're kind of have a desperation for it. You just kind of accept it because, oh, that person looks what I want, or this person is where I want. So sometimes we are in our own way. I lost my train of thought there. I hope that makes sense. All right, moving on. All right. Experience is the hardest teacher. It gives you the test first and the lesson afterward. Oscar Wilde. Right? So that goes back to my power of choice. When we are aware that we're making a decision, who are we consulting? Are we consulting our pain, our suffering? Are we looking to validate that situation and be doom and gloom? Or are we able to become neutral and observe the situation and connect with higher vibrational situations, energies, thoughts, feelings, and how are we the alchemists of our life? Okay, so experience. No one can take experience away from you, right? So what we learn, how we grow, how we heal, nobody can tell you you're wrong. Nobody can tell you that's not true, that didn't happen. You need to be in a place where you don't have to prove anything to anybody, because it doesn't matter. When it has to do with our soul, our story, our life, our experience is our business. Okay? When we're sharing, it's usually to help people understand that they're not alone. When we're sharing, hopefully it's to express that the world is vast. It is absolutely open for anything to happen. So it's not limited to a belief. It's not limited to a religion. When you start observing some religions, you might get kind of either lost in it because you're looking really hard for that connection, that love, that community, fear of death, fear of heaven and hell situation, storyline. That's a big one to unpack. But all right, let's go back a little bit. So when you become aware of the human error in some of these things, and where they would rather you isolate, and if there's rejection to other people and situations, you have to see, is that God? Is that love? God doesn't judge. God forgives all. God loves all. So we have to really ask ourselves the bigger question, is this God? Is that God's words? Is this God, or is this a human situation? right? So that is a personal decision and a personal observation. I wouldn't recommend talking to everybody about it. I'm trying not to talk too deeply about it myself, but it is important that we have awareness of what we believe and why we believe it. So if we are reflection of God, that's going to be present in our life, in our blessings, and how we deal with our lessons. Okay? Okay. All right. All right. A wise man makes his own decisions. An ignorant man follows public opinion. That's a Chinese proverb. That's kind of in alignment to what I'm trying to get at. So thank you, cards, for saving me on that one. All right. So it is evident that we need to be wise because all our choices, all our beliefs are our responsibility. When we die, are we going to be regretful? Are we going to be fearful we made and did the right thing? Did we follow the right path? Right? So that is not the purpose of life. Purpose of life is to live, to learn, to grow, to heal. Right? So if we are harmful to ourselves or harmful to everybody else, yes, that could be something we carry to the grave in not a good light. So let's reflect on who we are. Let's all hope to be better people. All right? And I hope that was helpful for you today. All right, till next time.